it got better as you chugged it. But I give this another 10. Alright guys, so got deadlifts today, so that means that gotta move this rack out of the way. I already took my I had a few phone calls to make before the gym, so it's like I'm about like an hour behind schedule. Had to talk to one of my athletes because they're competing in 10 days, so got that out of the way. And then one of my homies having a bad break, called him, checked up on him, made sure he's okay. And then here we are, man. But got the tripod from Best Buy, and then it's time to do the gosh dang thing. You guys know what I'm saying?
She know that I'm out, she can cool. I know it's a lot that you can earn. I might need an extra for the two. They might have to go into the house for me. So you and yours, a perfect world. Maybe I wasn't
Okay, so you guys just saw me go full dummy mode. Attempted 925 twice. Just didn't have it today, guys. Honestly, grip didn't even feel too bad on the second attempt. Grip felt better on the second attempt than it did the first one, but on the first one, I just felt like absolutely zero power from that bottom position. Like it's really weird sometimes, like when you're pulling, because it's like everybody experiences production of force at a different in a different experience, right? For me, force production doesn't really feel like I'm forcing anything, right? It simply is a reflex. That's honestly like probably one of the best ways I can describe what it feels like for me to exert force. It really just feels like a reflex. It's not really me thoughtfully, consciously doing it, right? It's kind of weird. Anyhow, the way to just not want to move today, 826 felt okay. Maybe I warmed up too fast, I'm not sure. But at the same time, like, I can think of a whole lot of reasons why strength wasn't where it should be today. Something else to keep into account is simply like nutrition, right? Like I'm in a deficit. Deficits impact top end strength a lot, right? So maybe instead of my normal 100%, my current 100% is probably somewhere around 97%, right? So probably the right call today would have been somewhere around either 880, maybe 870, maybe even 860. But I was watching film and I was noticing something peculiar. So I'm about 15 pounds down, and something that's been maybe more by now. I don't have a weight. It's very difficult finding a scale that measures upward of 350. So kind of just had to feel myself intuitively, right? But what I've been noticing is ever since I've been losing weight, I'm having a much more difficult time finding that perfect starting position of the hips. And I've been noticing that I've been setting my hips way too low, almost like a squat. And everybody and their grandma knows you're not supposed to squat a deadlift. It's a push-pull. You're pulling with your back and you're pushing with your legs. It's not a squat. You're not holding weight overhead on your back and controlling the motion. No, it's a pull. It's primarily a pulling motion, right? So, like, I need to figure that out. Like, I don't know if I need to change my belt position, if I need to have it on tight, because I normally like to have my belt pretty loose when I squat or bench or deadlift. When I like to deadlift, I like to have it kind of like pretty loose. Like, it only gets snug when I brace in the bottom position. But besides that, like, it's pretty loose. So it's like I'm having to experiment with that. But I mean, that's one of the fun things about this, you know. It's like, it doesn't matter how much of a master you become in your craft. Like, there's always new elements to keep track of and improve on. All right, guys, just gonna document the leg pump because that's probably one of the better leg workouts I've had this prep. Because cat jack. Ooh. All right, I'm probably gonna wrap up the video here, guys. I'm done. I did last warm up 826, failed 420 kilos twice, 925. L's in the chat. Dropped it down to 716 for 3, went up to 760 for 2. My hands just were so beat up by the third, like they just were pulsating, so called it. And I mean, I kind of have to wing it, you know. Missed breakfast because I was being a dumbass, and then had to do what I could with my accessories, man. So I did moderate intensity with the pendulum squat, and then everything else was just trying to get a pump, you know, simply meeting the requirement requested of me. So I think I would rate today a B-, and then, you know, you just gotta take your L's. You gotta learn your lessons, you know. But I've been doing this so long that, like, it doesn't really faze me because I've been through a season in my life where my deadlifts were ass because I was fat and I was sloppy and I didn't really watch my eating. I've been through a season where my deadlifts were crap because my grip just wasn't able to produce a real, like, I just really couldn't hold what I could pull, right? That's always been like a caveat or an asterisk on my potential, right? It's just, how's this grip doing? So I've been through a plethora of issues that I've had to deal with individually. So when I have a session like today, where it's due to simply, like, when you're in a deficit, your food matters so much more because you're burning through calories. Your body, your expenditure is higher than what you're eating. So if you're not eating properly and if the timing isn't accurate to what's supposed to, like, I'm supposed to eat breakfast 2 hours before I train. I didn't do that today. That's a big L. That's something I need to be more accountable on, more responsible with. Like, I can't sit here and complain and be a little B about having a poor session because I'm lacking on that commitment. So I understand, like, okay, it's not really anything in particular, it's just me being undisciplined. So what I'm gonna do first thing I get home is I'm gonna microwave a meal, I'm gonna hit my macros, and then we'll come back tomorrow, you know, finish the week strong, and then hopefully next week, you know, start kicking butt because it's getting close to comp. But all right, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.